broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Gotta hear the song. Here you go.
We are the best. Shut through.
No, you didn't.
It's all on this, man.
I love that song choice. Here we are again at AfterBuzz TV doing a recap for Monday Night Football. We had the Bears versus the Chargers. I don't know, man. Your team fell apart. I am Stef Z. You guys can tweet along with me at IAMSTEFZ. And tonight, it's just me and Johnny.
Just you and me,
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing good. You're looking at Jonathan Meza. You can follow me at KaibaCat, KIBACAT, KaibaCat. Oh, yeah, it's just you and me, and boy, we have a lot to talk about. I mean,
do we?
Well,
your team fell a freaking apart, dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we did.
You know what was interesting to me about tonight? Well, we'll get into the game, but there was a lot of, not records, but there was a lot of landmarks or tokens or milestones in this game. You had Bennett from Chicago, his 20th career reception. You had the Bears still can't get a touchdown in the third quarter. Phillip Rivers is like, what is it, 13th in touchdowns at like 271?
Yeah, and he's chasing Drew Brees. Yeah, he's chasing Drew Brees on him. Yeah, like
it's funny because he's chasing Drew Brees, but I think even before Drew Brees is Vinny Testaverde. So when they showed that graphic of the records, I was like, yes, there's a Jet involved.
Also, Jay Cutler has the most touchdowns of any quarterback in Bears history.
Yeah, with 138,
Yeah,
right? And
138.
it's been like 30 years? It was in 1970.
It was 75 years ago. Yeah, it was
crazy.
crazy.
It was 75 years ago. I wrote it down somewhere. It was 75 years ago. 72 years ago, Sid Luckman had 137. Jay Cutler now is 138. You know what? Jay Cutler's been a Bear for a long time.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jay Cutler kind of had that problem that we see now a lot of quarterbacks do. It's like they have a great year, they renegotiate a contract, and then they suck.
Oh yeah, they drop off. They got paid. It's
Yeah.
that old curse. You know, you don't give them a paycheck. Don't pay that person, Joe Flacco. Don't pay Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
And guess what? They
You know,
paid
it's
Joe
kind of
Flacco.
interesting. I always have this conversation, and I haven't had this conversation with you yet, so I think it's an interesting conversation to have. Is I wonder what the NFL and what the teams would be like if the quarterback, if every position got a base salary, and then, you know, you throw a touchdown, you get a bonus. You get sacked, your offensive line gets docked pay. You throw an interception and it's your fault, you get docked. You throw, you know what I mean?
That would be an entertaining game.
That would be like, it would be like fantasy football for real equals their paychecks.
That would be the hungriest players you've ever seen out on the field.
I think it would be a completely different game, which is sad because I feel like, you know, the work part of this is that they show up, but it's like, you know, like actors, people, they show up and they can't do a shitty job just because they're already getting paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes the business does, I think, play. But Jay Cutler's been kind of in a slump ever since as well.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the ugliest, like, highest stat game I think we've ever seen. We've got all these records and all these things happening, and it's an ugly piece of crap game.
It was, you know what, the only thing that stood out for me was Jeffries. I'm sorry, it's not your team.
He looks great. No, he looks great.
I was forced into picking your team last week. I wasn't really forced, but Tina Cat made me feel a little bad.
You gotta go with your gut on this one.
You know what? I picked the freaking Colts. That's what I want to say, is I picked the Colts. And I was right. I knew Andrew Luck turned a corner, and he did. And the Broncos, Peyton Manning fell apart. But let's talk about this game. So, you know, we said we had a lot of stats and stuff, but I feel like the thing that stood out for me, too, was you got a place kicker missing 2 field goals. He missed Gould missed 2 field goals for the Bears.
That's right.
Yeah, field goals. Your place kicker missed.
He missed extra point.
What happened?
It was a bad snap. Did you notice it? It was
I
a high
noticed
snap.
everyone looking like, what is going on?
Yeah, it was a high snap. I was watching it in the trailer. There was a high snap. The setter tried to like put it in position, but by that point it was off, and like it was just a flub. It was just a bad snap. It was really a bad snap. Not kicker's fault.
I didn't see that replay.
Lambo. Yeah,
I didn't see that replay that it was a bad snap, and I was like, what was that? But then you got Gould. He misses 2 field goals.
Yeah.
And people have this argument all the time. It's like their job is to kick just kick it in between the uprights.
Yeah.
Like, is it...
Oh, and the numbers are astounding.
I get human error. I understand all this, but you would think that it's not like they need to kick it within like a 2-foot... Like, they've got a big area.
Yeah.
They just got to get it in.
Yeah, and we're looking at this year record-setting misses when it comes to field goals, extra points, especially with the extra point move back, to there's now a 35-yarder. Like, we're seeing record misses. Like, 31 missed extra points, something absurd like that.
Yeah, that's
some crazy
crazy
thing. Ben helped me out with that one. I think I'm close on it.
Yeah.
But, look, he's congratulating you on your pick for the Colts. Well done, Steph.
I know.
Well done.
I picked the Packers, but Ben, I know you can back me up on this one. I did want to pick the Panthers.
Want to, but didn't. Why didn't you do it?
Because I was like, okay, they're going to lose. But Cam Newton, man, he is something fierce.
Yeah, that defense.
Let's also, though, I kind of thought that Phillip Rivers looked fierce in the beginning.
Oh, early on was solid.
Early on was solid. You guys have a great, not great, whatever, but you have a I would say good supporting cast. You got Woodhead, who I'm a big fan of. I hate that we cut him. He should still be a Jet. You've got Inman. You've got Johnson. Like, you have multiple things for Rivers to do, and he was using them.
But we are a decimated team at this point. So on top of what we have, Stevie Johnson, he's all right. He's serviceable.
But that's what I'm saying. There's a bunch of serviceable people.
Yeah, but Keenan Allen's hurt. Malcolm Floyd goes down. When you're like, come on, Inman, like that's not what you want to say going into a game. Inman's gonna do it. No,
but you also don't have these receivers that are having to step up, that are dropping and dropping and dropping. So I feel like you guys had the ingredients to win tonight.
Oh, we
absolutely did. You played the freaking Bears.
Yeah. No, we absolutely had the ingredients to win. On top of having a decimated line, I think we've got one lineman who's been with us the whole time. So a decimated line, a decimated defense. We're losing players left and right. We've got to have the record right now for most injuries in the NFL easily. I'm thinking
you probably do. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and so we're dealing with a decimated lineup. But even on top of that, we should have won this game. It was complete mental errors, mental missteps. Phillip Rivers, was leading us strong early on, and then it was like mistake after mistake after the mistake, and we just fell apart. And it was mental. Yeah. It was so much mental. And on top of that, we had a massive injury, which killed me. And it was our fantastically wonderful young 2014 pick in Jason Verrett, our cornerback, who was playing great on Alshon Jeffrey, shutting him down, had a pick six, took it the distance.
Yeah.
And then on the very next play that they get out, Alshon Jeffrey torches him, he pulls a hammy, and he's done for the day. And that killed us. After that, Alshon had like 150 yards plus.
Yeah, but in the same sense, you gotta give it up to Jay Cutler for props for going right back at the target that freaking pulled the pick six on him.
No,
that's courage, man. And as much as like, I don't know, it's so funny to me. Like, sometimes you look and you see Jay Cutler on the sidelines, and it looks like he's about to fall asleep. Like, he looks like he's so not aware or not interested.
He has a condition.
What do you mean?
He actually has a condition.
What are you talking about?
No, he has like an actual like condition that he actually, the reason why he actually looks and acts the way he does, there's an actual condition for this.
Are you pulling my leg?
No, I'm not pulling your leg. We had to look this up because there's this excellent website out there called Smoking Jay Cutler. If you've never heard of this, it's fantastic.
So wait, am I a jerk that I said that?
No, because he does. He looks like a dupe, and he does all the time. But I guess he does have some sort of like deficiency. Like, I'm not sure what it is, but it's a minor deficiency where he does kind of look like doopy all the time. And he is kind of doopy. And there is this website called Smoking Jay Cutler, and all it is. Oh my God,
I have to look it up.
It's pictures of Jay Cutler and people CGIing cigarettes in his mouth because he has his face all the time. And it's fantastic. Like, in the middle of a game, about to throw a pass, and just cigarette just hanging out of his mouth everywhere you go. It's
my goodness.
phenomenal. SmokingJCutler.com. Check it out.
Well, but with that, the fact that he does look like he's maybe not interested so much, he did do that. He did throw the ball right back at him. Yeah. And when we talk about quarterbacks, what I really, really liked about Phillip Rivers and stuck out to me, I like his no-huddle offense. You see some teams doing it, but there seemed like a little bit, maybe a lot of bit, of whining to the refs from Phillip Rivers going on.
That's typical of Phillip. That's typical.
But I feel like the hurry-up offense, I feel like a lot of people try and execute it, and what it creates is chaos for themselves, and he's good at really commanding that O-line. And I feel like you guys had like 29 different linemen over the past 5 years, so I feel like
over this season,
but it was crazy, and I feel like the way that he's doing that is, and they were talking about the new center. He's not only calling the plays because he got called off sides or something like that. I feel like there's a lot going on. You guys are 2-6 now.
2-6.
You looked better than a 2-6 team tonight. And then you just fell apart. Because what are the Bears? Are they 2-6 too?
I think they're right around there. Also, I think they might. If they have 3, it makes me sad. But yeah, they were right around there as well. There's quite a few teams sitting around that bottom echelon. Like we're all the Chargers and the Bears were digging for the lowest score they can get. They're digging for the bottom,
right?
Trying to scrape that bottom. Phillip really early on was commanding that offense. It was fantastic. I mean, you saw the command that he had on everyone, the way he was talking to the team, and then for some reason, communication wise, they seemed to just fall apart later. I think it was after Malcolm Floyd went down, we kind of saw the receivers just not sort of being on pace with the rest of the offense. We saw a little bit less of protection. I think the Bears defensive line started pushing well. I think our offensive line got a little tired, and their defensive line picked it up, especially at the end there. Their fourth quarter was really strong and knocked us around.
Yeah, it really was. And they are 3-5 now.
3-5 now because of this. So we were both fighting for the 3-5 mark. Hooray. We're all bottom of the barrel. Rivers early on was really attacking the rookies. He was really attacking their 3 rookies that they got out there. I mean, they've got a lot of rookies on the defensive end, and Rivers was going after them. But then, I think really it just looks like the team imploded on itself. And I've been seeing that every week with the Chargers. We look strong. You're right. We don't look like a 2-6 team, and then we implode.
Is it because? Why do you think that is? Yeah, I mean, is it because they get tired, they're not conditioned? Is it because they get comfortable? Is it a little bit of both? Is it lack of communication at the end? I mean, what do you think it is?
I think whenever you see any like major mental missteps, it's from the top up. It's a leadership standpoint. I think we've got to really look at our coaching staff. We got to look at our leadership. Something's not clicking there. But at the same time, I think one of the major things is that we have all these young new players. That all these players being thrown into positions. We're on 3rd, 4th strings on players right now, trying to put a team together. Like, so you've got all these guys coming in there trying to figure out their game for the first time, not able to communicate and learn, the offense. And so it's a mess. And on top of that, defense as well. We're looking at, Eric Weddle just got back, I think, and for this game. And we're losing players left and right. The man Taiteo was out again. He's out now.
You guys, it looked like Floyd had an injury after a beautiful catch. He had an injury.
Oh, Malcolm Floyd?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He missed that. Oh, I know. And
then he missed the catch.
He missed it. He laid out for it.
Yeah,
and
he definitely did.
And he even went down appropriately. He got the arms wide, so he wasn't going to...
No, he definitely dislocated that shoulder.
He went down too hard.
Yeah, I mean, there's few things... I don't know, have you ever experienced a dislocated shoulder?
You know what? Actually, yeah, but I can dislocate it at will.
No, so that's different. Like, there's few things that make a grown man drop and like almost want to cry. The pain on his face when your shoulder literally falls. It's happened to me a few times and I had to get surgery. So when your shoulder literally dislocates, the excruciating pain will drop anyone to your knees. And you could see that, and you could see when he landed, and then they were holding it right in place. So his shoulder definitely came out. And again, that was another injury, and they were even talking about, they're like, who's he going to put in now? Who is he going to put in?
30 missed PATs this season. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, who are they going to put? Exactly. We put in a guy named, I didn't even know, Heaton? Whedon. I'd never even seen him.
Whedon.
No, Heaton. I'd never even seen the player before. I was like, gosh, we're like trying to. I think we called someone from the stands. We're like, hey, buddy, just put on a jersey. Just come play.
You know who's good though for you guys? Who keeps? He had a couple drop passes tonight, but Woodhead, I feel like he's so
solid.
He's super solid, and he's just little, and he just goes in, gets it done.
He's like a player that I love, Darren Sproles. He's very similar to Darren Sproles. You know, that little guy who's quick and, you know, can catch a ball great out of the backfield and make a lot happen with it. But yeah, we did see a really strange drop from him this week on a very big play.
He dropped it twice.
Yeah, on big plays.
Yeah.
But we saw that across the NFL this week. There was a ton of drops. I mean, I remember I was Sunday. I was at
Jeffries
at the bar.
didn't drop it. You know who didn't drop it? Jeffries didn't drop
I'm gonna take a sip of my drink now, and I'm gonna.
No, it's true.
It's true.
I mean, whoever has
solemn
Jeffries in fantasy football, they had to definitely win.
Oh, they had a huge day.
I'm gonna pull up his stats, but yeah,
it was ugly. I mean, he was just.
He was amazing.
He was destroying us.
He was the only thing that happened.
Yeah, I mean, I think what did I write down here in my notes? Alshon only option. Langford okay. And Langford did run all over us too. I mean, but then again, everyone's been running over the Chargers. They have what? Chargers we're giving up 5 yards a carry now, 5.2 yards a carry.
Yeah. Well, it's so funny when you think the stats tonight. Danny Woodhead had 6 carries for 33 yards in rushing, and he had 6 receiving for 78 yards.
And a touchdown.
So he was when you touchdown, but he was your guy. When on Chicago, you had Jeffrey had 10 receptions for 151 yards. And Langford had 8. Langford was insane,
he was insane tonight.
He had 18 carries for 72 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean...
Yeah, no, Langford was all over us, but we knew they were going to run all over us because everyone runs all over the Chargers.
But why? Is your D that bad? Your D looked
is.
good in the beginning. They were shutting them down. They held them to a field goal. Then they got lucky. They missed a field goal. Like, what is so wrong? What's your D missing?
Well, we're missing a lot of our players. I mean, we're working with injured players. I mean, it's funny. This point is going to come up so much tonight, dealing with all these injuries that we have. Young players, injured players, you know, third stringers. I mean, we're basically playing first string teams with our preseason team, you know, like it's ugly outside of a couple stars.
But I feel like that's a lot across the board. There are a lot of injuries.
Yeah, I just think we take the cake on that one. But
like, is that a fact, or are you just
no? That's actually a fact. Like,
you guys have the most injury, the most first string out.
We're like right at the top. We're right at the top. I was trying to remember because I was looking. There was like a graphic. It was last week I was looking at it. And we're like right at the top with someone else. But then this week we had so many more people go down, you know, and on top of that, Ladarius Green is out. Like, the numbers are staggering. But on top of that, our defense was never strong to begin with. We don't have a strong defense.
You guys are just screwed.
We're kind of screwed.
Honestly. Do you see Phillip Rivers, though? He's a tough guy. He was bleeding out of his hand almost the whole fourth quarter, just going for it.
Maybe that's why he didn't play so well before.
No, I mean, I've always been a Phillip Rivers fan.
He's intense, man.
That's what I like about him. He's super duper intense. Mm-hmm. And he's that guy. He's not, if he signs a big deal, maybe he'll change, but
he's getting paid well. Phillip's getting a nice paycheck. I mean, he's no Aaron Rodgers, but he's chilling. He's got a good paycheck, but I think his deal is up this year.
Oh, maybe that's interesting. Maybe that's why he's got that extra fire.
Did he resign, Ben? Did we get Phillip to resign? Because I was trying to remember if we actually landed that.
I love that. Who we keep calling Ben, Fantasy Stats Guru. I feel like he's like a part of our crew now.
I really do. Like, there's always like Ben. I think Phillip might have actually resigned. There was that whole LA debacle and that whole thing where he doesn't want to move to LA.
Are you guys coming to LA? Like, what? Let's touch on that. What's the latest that you've heard? I heard they were putting in the papers.
Yeah, I thought we're coming to LA. As far as I know, we're coming. The whole stadium thing is falling apart in San Diego.
Qualcomm Stadium, right? Is that what it's called?
I mean, we got the oldest stadium in the NFL. The San Diego fans have never truly been 100% with the football, but that's because you live in San Diego. I lived in San Diego. In fact, Point Loma, the high school that they had visiting all throughout the game, I went to Point Loma High School.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I was like, oh, look, that's my school. I played basketball at Point Loma. I didn't play football. I'd get killed. I'm a skinny little bastard. Look at me. So it was really cool for me to see all that. But the San Diego fans are not on board. We get so many blackout games. We get so many fans going to the beach because they don't want to go to a game when you can go to the beach. You have so many things to do in San Diego. The fans are not really great fans. They're not Green Bay fans. You know, they're not going to do or die with the Chargers. The Chargers need to come to LA. Probably the Rams too.
Do you think, I don't know about the Rams, do you think that it would change though? Because I feel like here in LA, it's one of, you know, I'm a Jets, I understand the fandom, and being a Jets fan, you know, I went to opening day, I've been to a couple games this season, right, but I went to opening day, and at the end of the game, it started to pour rain, and we were winning, and I'm like, it's opening day, and we're winning, and the stadium's starting to clear out, and I'm like, I'm gonna cherish every moment of us winning.
Yeah.
And I stayed. But I feel like in Los Angeles, you have more so, like, I've been to Lakers games, I've been to Clippers games, and I feel like you have that people show up late and leave early mentality. So I wonder what it would be like in LA, because not the only true, but yeah, they liked the Rams, and they liked and they liked
the Raiders.
So if you bring a team like the Chargers in, which doesn't have the big fan base, I don't know. It's an odd call for me. It's an odd call.
I do not think the Chargers will pull the way the Rams or the Raiders will in Los Angeles, but the Rams and Raiders have both been in Los Angeles. They've already built fan bases because both those teams were LA teams at one point. However, I think the LA market is so massive and is so hungry for football that regardless, even if we have fair weather fans, people who show up late and leave early, they're still going to buy the tickets. So we're not going to have
that's interesting too, because the Raiders are actually really good now.
They're playing great.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have beat the Steelers. That was ugly.
They should have beat the Steelers. They beat us last weekend, and I'm, fair and square, they beat us. Carr's playing great. They got Crabtree. They got a good tandem going there. It was the first game where the Jets actually looked terrible. Yeah. So I'm not too worried about it. Yeah. We looked terrible. I mean, it was almost like Fitzpatrick got hurt and everybody didn't want to play because Geno was coming in. Yeah. But so I feel like
someone break his jaw again.
Yeah. The thought of the Chargers and the Raiders sharing the stadium it'll right away, people will more so go for the Raiders.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Which would suck for the Chargers.
Yeah, I would be surprised if the Chargers and the Raiders shared a stadium. They're notoriously, whenever the Raiders come down to San Diego, it's awful. I mean, we literally have stabbings and violence and all sorts of horrible things that happen down at Qualcomm whenever the Raiders come into town, and it's only the Raiders. But then again, the Raiders fans are... Look, my uncle's a Raiders fan. I love him, but... He was a gangster.
Not gonna lie.
No, but my uncle got stabbed multiple times. Like,
not even that.
Honest.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I went to the Jets Raiders game a couple years ago, and I literally was getting screamed at and pushed, and started with. I literally at one point was like, I lost a bet, man. I lost a bet. That's why I'm wearing my Jets gear. I lost a bet. Like, It was that bad. And I was almost happy that not that I'm happy ever if my team loses, but I was like, if I would have won, I might have gotten stabbed.
Yeah, it's the truth. Raiders fans. I went to a game here at Champ Sports like a year ago, and it was Raiders-Chargers, and half the place was Raiders and half the place was Chargers, and the Chargers fans were all very
Raiders fans are kind of badass, though.
But they started a fight with themselves. They got into a brawl. The Raiders fans got into a brawl with themselves.
A lot of passion needs to be a little redirected, but a lot of passion.
Oh wait, we do want to cover. Yeah, thank you, Fantasy Stats Guru. Yeah, he did re-sign to a big deal. Big deal.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Sylvia Love. I hope the Chargers stay in San Diego. I kind of do too. I feel like I wish they would just give them a new stadium. I feel like people go to the game. I know a lot of Chargers fans.
No one wants to pay for that stadium in San Diego. Sylvia, I love the idea, but no, I don't love the idea. I mean, the thing is, they've got to move. The management has been bad. I worked on a television show in San Diego, and the creators work for the Chargers. They direct everything we watch at Qualcomm Stadium.
Right.
And I got to be very close with the Chargers organization. Notoriously cheap, poorly run. They need to get out of San Diego.
They need Ray Donovan. Do you watch Ray Donovan?
The show Ray Donovan?
They show Ray Donovan, Katie Holmes, and them are somehow intertwined working with the Chargers.
What?
Yeah, there was I haven't watched. I'm like a few behind. But anyway, back to the game. So we had a really strong start. We had 13, which should have been 14 because it was a missed extra point.
Bad snap.
Happens. And, what I was going to say, then Cutler comes, that's when Cutler started. It was like at 13-0, he started and he found Jeffries. Yeah. He threw the bomb to Jeffries. Right after, that's what was intercepted. So I feel like, again, I give Cutler, he has... I mean, when you look at quarterbacks, for me, it's so important to have that energy out on the field. You know what I mean? Like to have that, I'm in control, I've got this, guys. I feel like if you take Jay Cutler and Phillip Rivers and I needed a quarterback, I would want Phillip Rivers.
I would want Phillip Rivers,
And not because you're a Chargers fan, just because he wants it more.
Yeah. I'm honest about my Chargers. Like, I love my Chargers, but I'm honest about how bad we are and, what we have in terms of talent and team and organization. And, I love Phillip Rivers, but there are actually quite a few quarterbacks I would take over him, too, because...
Oh, yeah. How do you feel about Gates? I mean, how do you feel that he's doing? There was a lot of chatter during the game. I mean, he made some good plays. Unfortunately, one got called back for penalty, which was an amazing play. But how do you think? I mean, is he old? Like, what's his story? There's a lot of chatter that he's roughed up, he's hurt.
Yeah, I mean, he's old.
What's going on with him? Yeah,
Gates is an old player. He's been playing on an injury for the past 5 years plus on that foot. He's playing injured all the time. I mean, he has to go in now because Ladarius Green is out. But the thing is, even Gates at 75% is still really good. He's a fantastic player because he's such a big target. He runs well. But right now, what we're seeing is we're not seeing anything long distance for him. He can't really take off. It's all these drops to the center. He tries to get a couple yacky yards, and then that's it. Like, that's what Gates is do. And then, of course, in the red zone, he's obviously Phillip Rivers' the #1 target. Yeah. So, I mean, they've got that going, and they've had it going for God knows how many years now. And so Gates is great, but he's old. He's going to be done real soon. I mean, he's old, and we love Gates. And I decided I'm going to end up getting a Gates jersey. That's going to be my next one because I could always wear that jersey and feel happy with myself.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? I think that I want to start a game that we're going to play on Monday nights. Okay. And the game is going to be the game of trade. If you had to trade, if you were the manager of the Chargers or the head coach or whatever, and you had to trade and grab one of the Chicago Bears from tonight, who would you pick? And then vice versa.
Alshon Jeffrey.
Of course.
I would trade away a whole. I mean, I would.
Is it Jeffrey or Jeffries?
Alshon Jeffrey.
I think it's Jeffries.
Oh, now I'm questioning it.
I'm gonna look.
I'm questioning it.
Go ahead.
Now I'm questioning it. My gosh.
Oh no, you're right. It's Jeffrey. I just wrote down Jeffries. My fault, people. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, because
I literally wrote Jeffries everywhere. That's so funny.
No, it's specifically because Phillip Rivers doesn't have any targets right now with Keenan Allen down and Malcolm Floyd down. Like, I mean, there would be the obvious choices. What we need is Jeffrey. Now,
if you were Chicago head coach, manager, who would you want from the Chargers?
Gosh, I would want Phillip Rivers.
Really?
I would absolutely. If Phillip Rivers was out there, that might work out fine.
I was thinking Danny Woodhead.
But they already have Langford.
Well, yeah, Langford.
And I like that guy.
Actually, Langford, he's a little bit bigger, stronger machine.
And I like Langford. I was thinking about it, and I was thinking maybe defensive. Maybe I would like maybe like Verrett, but then he went down. So, I mean, really, outside of who we have left at this point, I think Phillip Rivers is all we have left because their running backs are fine. Langford is filling in great for Forte. So
what about that freaking catch?
Oh my gosh, Miller!
It was like Odell Beckham Jr. style. But did you see? Yeah, Miller. It was amazing because it wasn't a one-handed grab. It was like, I'm gonna stop it and then I'm gonna catch it. Yes. Which was amazing. The amount of concentration and focus that you have to have in order to keep your eye and like on the ball while you're flying through the air while someone's gonna tackle you.
And Jay Cutler roped that thing in there. That was a
laced
bullet.
It in. It was amazing. And see, that's the thing that sometimes upsets me because I think Jay Cutler has the skill. I think Jay Cutler has the talent. I just don't think it's executed to perfection like it can be. Yeah. And I don't know, I'm sure that has something to do with the sporting cast, but I do feel like Jay Cutler, I don't know why, I always find myself wanting to root for him.
You do. You're talking very high. Like, you have this thing, you're like feeling Jay Cutler. You're working for him. You're pulling for him. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, it's always like he'll make those sick plays like we see to Miller. Like, he's got it in him. But for some reason, it's just takes so much to pull that out of him, and it's not consistent. And I mean, yes, I do favor quarterbacks like Phillip Rivers and quarterbacks. I mean, back in the day, and this is, I know you're gonna go crazy, but like, I did like Tim Tebow for a minute because he wanted to win, and I know that doesn't produce results, and I know he wasn't a good quarterback, and he's not a good pocket passer, and I know so many reasons why he's not good.
He produced results. He won games. He had a great defense, but he won games.
He won games.
Well, because look, statistically, he was the worst quarterback in the NFL in the first 3 quarters. Statistically, he was the #1 quarterback in the NFL in the 4th quarter.
Right, but that's never going to be a franchise quarterback.
No, it's not. But he was winning.
Right.
All right. Moving on from Tim Tebow.
He was winning when the rest of the team was awesome, and he just needed to do some stuff.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, he commanded when he was on the field. Phillip Rivers commands when he's on the field. There's certain quarterbacks that do that, and that's what I love more so. But I do see the talent of Jay Cutler. Like, everyone's just like, oh, he sucks. Like, overall, yes, it could fall in the suck bucket, but it's not that he doesn't have. I like that. The suck bucket.
I like. Can you write that down?
Yeah, suck
the
bucket.
Suck bucket. It doesn't fall in the suck bucket.
Yeah. But I feel like that's going to be our other thing. What goes in the suck bucket?
What goes in the suck bucket today?
But I feel like he does have the talent. He's not just like someone like Kaepernick that just like, holy crap, sucks.
Yeah, no, I agree. Jay Cutler actually doesn't suck, but he's not great. He doesn't suck. I like that Sylvia Love also likes Tim Tebow. Word up. I'm a fan of Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
But it's about the leadership quality. A quarterback in the NFL has to have that leadership quality, and he doesn't have it. Even Cam Newton has taken a little time to find it. He had to he did some stupid things and did some really outlandish decisions.
Oh,
and then
I'm
now,
in love with Cam Newton.
because who he is now.
I've always loved him. Since Auburn, I loved him.
But he's clean on camera now. He commands his team. He plays smarter.
He's got balls.
He's got balls.
Yeah.
Cam Newton has balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jay Cutler doesn't have that command over his team. And we've seen that over the past years. There's always issues with Jay Cutler and his coaches, issues with Jay Cutler and his teammates. Like he doesn't have command like that.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers is a fighter.
I wonder why, because I feel like last year with Jay Cutler, there was some drama with him. Drama's maybe not the right word. Maybe there was some locker room stuff with him and Brandon Marshall. Remember?
That was huge.
That was really, I forget exactly why, but I mean, now Brandon Marshall, you've got, he's a Jet now. He's producing results. He's a phenomenal receiver. But there was something. So I wonder if there's something that lives in the locker room or in the team or in the mentality of the team or the message. Like, there's got to be something, because you do see really talented players on that team, and for some reason it just doesn't become cohesive.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to gel. I mean, their defense, which is a couple years ago was fantastic, is now fallen apart over the past 2-3 years, and Cutler has never been a great leader, and I think we've seen that in connection with receivers and everyone. The only one he's really connected with is Alshon Jeffrey, and outside of Matt Forte, who takes 1/3 of all their action, he doesn't really need Jay Cutler. Just hand him the ball or just toss it to him 2 yards down the field and let him go.
Right.
I mean, those are his weapons now. But anything outside of that, he's always had issues with, i.e., Brandon Marshall.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. So what else? Was there anything else that I missed that stuck out for you? I know you're a fan of the Chargers, so you watch a little bit differently than I do. Oh, you know what else stuck out for me, which I thought was, I don't know. At first I'm like, that's bull crap. And then I was like, that was a really dumb thing to do. When Johnson spiked the ball.
Oh, Stevie Johnson, you bastard. What was that?
Yeah. At first it was kind of like, man, the guy's just pissed. Let him throw the ball down. Like, he's just playing, and then I get it's delayed game, it takes longer, whatever. But it was just like, really?
But
it was like really on both sides.
It's mental errors.
Right.
It's once again mental errors. Like, what are you doing? I know you're frustrated. The game is frustrating, but if you want to win, like, don't act like an idiot.
Yeah.
Put the ball down, get back to work. Take that anger and frustration and put it into the next play. Like, use it. Like, I had a baseball game this past weekend, okay? And we were getting decimated, and I was pissed. Also because I got moved down the lineup when I'm lead off. And I brought the anger to the game, and I ripped one. And then I took off from second, on the next base hit.
Right.
And I jammed it home. I beat out the throw. It was crazy. And I got up screaming. I was intense. I also sprained my wrist, but that's okay. Like, the thing is, though, I put it into the game,
Right.
Granted,
I get what you're saying. A lot of these guys, there's a lot of mental penalties. There's a lot of things that hurt these teams that should not play, period.
Yeah. No, it's totally true. Oh, and I mean, gosh, man, our Chargers, I think it's getting to them. I think the fact that we probably shouldn't be a 2-6 team is getting to them. All these mistakes are getting to them. All the injuries are getting to them. And you see the team, whoever's left, is just crumbling, man, falling apart. Phillip is fighting as hard as he can out there, but...
Yeah. Well, you see, too, like, tonight, it was kind of the team just fell apart because Phillip Rivers was 26 for 42 with 280 yards and 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
Jay Cutler was 27 for 40. Not that big of a difference, but he had 345 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Yeah.
So, again, that's not... a huge difference in those numbers. It's just his receivers are catching and running. They're bigger passes. They're bigger plays. He's got, Jeffries.
He's got a couple bombs on his team that he can use still. And we've seen this. The last time I did Monday Night with the Chargers is they don't know how to close out, man. They don't close out games well.
They don't finish.
That's consistent. Yeah, not finishing. And we've looked at teams that have been pretty decent in the past who don't finish, and it happens. I mean, if you can close out well in the end, that's a huge thing in the NFL because the W is all that matters in the end.
Yeah, your D though, you got Weddle. How do you say it? Yeah, he was pretty great with 13 tackles.
Eric Weddle's a monster.
Yeah,
he's always been one of our
standout D.
Yeah, he's always been one of our key elements on the defensive end. But he's been injured a lot of this season. He's been out for a little bit, and we just got him back. The beard of Eric Weddle. Okay,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so it's nice to have him back because he represents us well and does a good job. But there's still too many holes out there.
Which is crazy too, because again, you had the Bears, they missed 2 field goals. So they could have essentially had 6 more points and more time of having the ball to take away. So kind of got sloppy there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of mistakes made on both ends, but we were dealing with, bottom of the barrel teams at this point when it comes to record and also when it comes to just overall team and mistakes.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, man.
All right, so are we ready to move on to predictions?
Yeah,
is there
I guess
anything
we
else
can
you
do
want to
that.
talk about?
Let's see. I mean, before we do predictions, what is our scores right now? What's our records?
I have
at
no
this?
idea. I wasn't keeping track.
All right, I think I've got 3, maybe because of tonight, maybe even 4 misses now. I might be 8-4. I think you might be 9-3. 9-3 is what we got.
For me?
No. 9-3 is Fantasy Stats Guru, and I think you might be just behind him. I think we're like really close. Or just behind me. Tina Cap, I don't know, man. Where's she at? Tina Cap, what's her picks?
I don't know.
Ben,
we'll have to figure that out.
If you got them, put them up there, man. Put us up. We want to see what the stats are.
I should have been 3-0 this week. I thought it was going to be the Bears, the Panthers, and the Colts, and I was coerced to pick differently because I wanted to be a team player.
Yeah, we only have 2 games next week.
Okay, yeah. So we've got for next week. Let's start from Monday Night Football. We have the Texans at Cincinnati versus the Bengals. So I am not going to think that they are going to cut them off. And who are you going to pick?
Well, I mean, is this... Oh, there we go.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Well, I think I could safely say off the bat that I am not going with the Texans. Oh, Steph, you are 5-7. Gosh, you really killed yourself by not taking your picks.
Wait, what is John? I know.
Yeah, I'm 8-4.
Steph 5-7.
Gosh,
John.
You should have been 7-7 this week, right behind me.
No, I would have been.
I'm sorry, 7-5.
Yeah,
you should have been 7-5 this week.
Tina's 2-4. What were you, John?
I should be 8-4 is what I believe I am. 4
Yeah,
four
Tina
losses.
hasn't really been picking either, so that's fine.
And fantasy stats should be 9-3.
What are you fantasy stats? He's winning.
Yeah, he's 9-3.
All right, so next week we've got.
I'm taking the Bengals.
Okay, I'm taking the Bengals too.
I think we're all taking the Bengals.
And then who are the
Bears?
I think the Bears have a bye as well.
No, the Bears are playing next week. I'm pretty sure. I thought I looked this up.
I don't see them playing.
Oh shoot, are we really? I checked this earlier too. We're gonna do the phone thing where we're just on our phones.
No, you can.
Wait a minute.
You can.
Sylvia Love, you're not taking the Texans. That's absurd.
Come
on. All right.
Well, so I think she might live there. So I think the next time the Bears play, they play the Broncos on November 22nd.
So do we have 2 buys next week? So it's just 1 pick?
I think so. That's kind of lame.
All we do. Okay, so fantasy stats. Are you taking?
Oh wait, no, I'm totally lying.
Okay.
Totally lying.
Are you taking the Bengals or the Texans?
It's Chicago versus the Rams in St. Louis.
All right, I'm taking the Rams in St. Louis, and I'm taking the Bengals in Texas. Are they? Oh, well, anyway, I'm taking the Bengals and I'm taking the Rams. Bengals and Rams. Oh, of course you're taking the Bengals and Rams too.
That's what I
fantasy
want
stats.
too, which makes it.
All of us are taking it.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm taking who I think's gonna win rather than trying to make it interesting I got to get my picks up. I got to be at least 500. All right, sweet. Well, until next week, where can the people find you, John?
Of course, you can find me at KaibaCat, KIBACAT, Twitter, Instagram, the whole shebang. Although I'm going to be gone for the next couple weeks. I'm going to be working out in Laguna Beach.
Sweet.
But I will be with you guys on the chat. I will make sure I talk, and that's it. Yeah, I'm not going to be here in person.
We'll miss you.
Yeah.
And you guys can find me at IAMSTEFZ. And if you get a chance, check out this new clothing line that I'm working on, rarebreedlifestyle.com. Thanks, bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.